So I'm on my way to this pawn shop to get maybe a sweet DVD haul, media haul, we'll see. Okay, so that was effing amazing. That was so random. At First Cash Pawn Shop, I got a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna have to turn the camera. So New Year's Eve, I got this film because I was a background actor in it when it was shooting in New York City. So this film here, I was in it. I was a background actor. I was doing a bunch of the shows. When I was background acting, I was like, I would do it for like a bunch of shows for like 3 months or 4 months or something. But yeah, New Year's Eve was great. It was a great experience because it was a New Year's Eve scene and we were all dressed up in tuxedos, and I had this hot Russian girl as my partner, and we all had masks on, and it was a masquerade, and my dancing scenes and my New Year's Eve stuff all took place right next to Josh Duhamel, or Duhamel, however you say it. And he was super nice. He shook my hand when we were like in between scenes, or when I first met him, and we were placed next to each other, and he was just really fun. And I think we were like dancing, and then we were like slow dancing, and then and I guess he was doing like a few lines or looking up at Jennifer, whatever her name was, up in the balcony. And I never really saw the movie, so I am curious to see the film and see if I'm in it. I don't know, maybe there's a few clips of. So I got this film because it's a French film with Gerard Depardieu, and they are he has to act gay or something at the office because they think he's gay anyway, and I don't know, it's French, it could be funny. Summer Stock, Judy Garland, Gene Kelly. I mean, I don't remember seeing this movie. Maybe I've seen pieces of it, I don't know. But I'm looking forward to watching that. Wonderland, I had to look this film up because it had like Val Kilmer in it, and it had all these people, and then I looked it up and I realized it's about the John Holmes story, which I've never seen. So looking forward to that. Magic Mike, which is a film I've only seen pieces of. I've never sat through it. And it's, as the years have passed, it's become something that I'm like, I can't believe I missed that. But now I have it. And Firefly. So this is a sci-fi series that is really revered very well by the fans, and the fans have been pushing this series and this show so much after it was canceled that they actually made a feature film that I saw. I've seen pieces of Firefly, and I saw the movie, but a guy that I used to cocktail with in New York at Lot 61, Sean Mayer, I think his name was. He's in the film, and he's in Firefly, the series, and he's one of the crew. He's one of the main characters, and I just remember that like we were cocktailing hardcore at this like famous nightclub lounge gallery place on the West Side Highway, and we were in our 20s, maybe mid-20s, and we were making a lot of money, and we were all going out together, and we were all having a great time. And I just remember he was just a very sweet, fun, sexy dude, and yeah, so I've never seen the series, so I wanted to check it out. About Last Night, one of my favorite films of all time. Demi Moore and Rob Lowe at their very best, probably at the height peak of Brat Pack films, maybe even one of the last ones, because they kind of grew up in this one. And I feel like maybe it could be the ending of the Brat Pack. No Escape. I have no idea what this is. I feel like I've seen bits of it but I think it was called The Island, so I don't know, it's got the same kind of premise, but Ray Liotta in this time period is freaking hot. And Mary Pickford, Sparrows. Mary Pickford, who was a pioneer in filmmaking at the very beginning of its inception, and was a woman and a writer and a director and an actress, and she was friends with William Haynes, who I wrote my feature script about, and Yeah, so I'd like to check some of this out. And this looks like a really crazy story about saving children from working in a factory and taking them through a swamp or something. I'm so excited. Chitty chitty bang bang, shitty shitty bang bang. This film, Dick Van Dyke, amazing, right? I mean, beautiful, beautiful man. Just, you know, the epitome of a Disney hero. And Bela Lugosi meets a Brooklyn gorilla. That's what this is. I have no idea. There is these photos that who knows. I'm excited to just pop it in and see what DVD haul, maybe number 2. I'm just gonna go into this pawn shop that I just drove by and check it out. So, holy mess, that was an amazing haul, amazing place, Rock Hill Pawn Shop. And Vincent Kelly worked there, and turns out they have boxes and boxes of DVDs in the back. And she's like, if you've got more time, I'll just bring out a box. And yes, thank you, Kelly. I would love to do that because I got some amazing things. Okay, here we go. This is the haul from the pawn shop. This is Johnny Mnemonic with Keanu Reeves and probably a bunch of other people, but I have never seen it. I've just kind of seen it around. Dolph Lundgren's in it. He's a hottie, so I'm definitely interested in taking some time to check that out. And like I said, I have no idea, but I do know that it's like pre-Matrix, so maybe that's what got in Matrix. We'll see. Tales of Tomorrow. I have no idea. It said, you know, before there were Outer Limits, before there was Twilight Zone, this was Tales of Tomorrow. It's 3 half-hour episodes, and so I'm very curious what this is like. My Blue Heaven, Steve Martin, Rick Moranis. I remember it vaguely. I don't know if I saw it, but I know that I have not seen it in a long time. So it looks like Planned Parenthood had already come out, so might be funny, might be stupid, but might be good. There Will Be Blood. I never saw this, and I know that there's some amazing performances in it. I think it's directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, so I'm curious. I'm very curious. So we'll see. The Adventures of Robin Hood. This is an old school classic television DVD, 3-disc collection, and I'm excited to have the visuals for that. Stripes, okay, if you know, you know, and this is Bill Murray and a bunch of other people, directed by Ivan Reitman, I believe, yes, and he's in it as well. This is the extended cut, so looking forward to that guy. Charlie's Angels, the best of Charlie's Angels. I think I had this at one point, and maybe I have it at the house still. This is sealed, so I probably won't open it, especially if I have it, but I think it's always a grab to get Charlie's Angels old school stuff, especially the first season. Soap. This show I vaguely remember, and I know that Billy Crystal plays like a gay character who becomes a trans character throughout the episode. I'm not really sure. I think Benson was maybe a spin-off of this, but I know it was really controversial in the day, and it was kind of dealing with all kinds of issues of mixed family and crises in comedy. So I'm very interested in checking this out. Road to Bali and My Favorite Brunette. I have no idea. It just looked old. Bing Crosby, Bob Hope, Dorothy Lamour. You know, it's probably something weird and black and white and sexist and racist and all kinds of craziness, but I thought I'd check. Pajama Party. I've heard of this movie. I may have seen it. I don't know if I have, but you know, Nat Funicello. I don't think it's the other dude, to tell you the truth. That they were all in these movies together, but maybe it was. Maybe it was the first one. I'll have to do some research. Gilligan's Island, first season, complete. Something I would never buy, except I did used to watch this quite a bit. I believe it goes from black and white to color. Yeah, classic Gilligan's Island. I remember it was on reruns every day. Last but not least, Little House on the Prairie, first season and season on the pilot movie, season 1 in the pilot movie. So this is what started it all, Little House on the Prairie. And yeah, it's having sort of a resurgence now with its anniversary. I don't know, it's like its 50th or 60th year anniversary or something like that. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting poll, so I grabbed it. And once again, that was $10.70 something for another 15 DVDs. So my total haul is this for $20. All right, ran into another pawn shop and we got Trading Places, Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, Jamie Lee Curtis, a bunch of other funny movie. And Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. It's widescreen, and I remember this being somewhat of a very classic film at the time. And of course we have Blow, which I don't really know too much about. It's Penelope Cruz and Johnny Depp, so it's probably pretty 60. It's based on a true story. Break-In 2, double feature DVD set. It's one DVD, so hopefully it'll be all there. Amazing day. I don't know if you know anything about buying DVDs and Blu-rays and what have you, but that price for all of that is pretty crazy. And the thing is that it was kind of the first time that I was looking at things as a collector, as opposed to just things I want to have for myself. I was like, or just to, eclecticize the collection more. And so yeah, this place was a total win. Highly recommend. The selection, they were very the curation of it, or maybe it was just how it had just settled into this from the stuff that they've collected, is very interesting. And it wasn't your basic things, your films that you see all the time that are these leftover copies. This was very unique and obscure titles and DVDs and Blu-rays. Never seen such an eclectic group of Blu-rays. So yeah, win all the way. Let's do that again. I just stopped at a quick little pawn shop here in Charlotte, and they didn't really have any DVDs. They had one, but I had this nice conversation with the owner, and she was saying that yeah, I love DVDs. I used to love them, and you think of a movie and you can't remember who's in it or when it was made, and just having the box. And I was like, yeah, it's really about the physical media and having it, and then next generation is very tactile and interested in having their own media. And so it seems like there's just all these signs to go, right? All these signs of people that they light up, and when people light up and they're talking about certain things related to what I'm interested in, then I know that I'm on the right path.